we begin the show with the ban on firecrackers. The National Green Tribunal has imposed a total ban on sale and use of firecrackers in Delhi and adjoining areas starting midnight of November 9th to November 30th. After that, the order will be reviewed. The order will be applicable to more than 24 districts across 4 states that are part of the National Capital Region, or what we say the NCR, besides cities and towns where the average ambient air quality in November last year was poor or worse. This is according to the order of the Green Tribunal. Only green crackers, which are considered to be less polluting, will be sold in cities and towns where air quality is moderate. And tribunal has also ordered restricting the timing of use of crackers due to COVID. If you look at the timing that has been mandated by the Green Court, according to that, only 2 hours are permitted during the festival time, and these are to be specified by the state. If nothing is specified, then timing of 8 to 10 p.m. will be observed on Diwali and Gurupurb, and 6 a.m. to 8 a.m. on Chhath, and 11:55 p.m. to 12:30 a.m. during Christmas and New Year's Eve. Now, these timings of Christmas and New Year Eve is basically after the review of the order is done, and if the ban continues, then this is the timing that will be followed by people. Now, why is this important? This is important because if you look at the top 10 cities which are most polluted right now, a lot of them are close to Delhi NCR region. Bulandshahr there, high up at number 1 position, Ghaziabad part of NCR, Greater Noida part of NCR, Noida part of NCR, Gurugram part of NCR. All these places are either in NCR or close to NCR, and this is the reason why we really need to crack down on the pollution in these areas, and that's exactly what the court has done. But let's talk about Delhi specifically now. It seems that Delhi is unable to rein in its number of deaths or cases, daily cases that are coming in. And it is quite shocking the way the number of daily death cases, or for that matter even daily cases of COVID-19 is rising. If you look at the graph, it is quite shocking. The daily death graph, as you can see, since 9th of November we are trying to show how it's increasing every day. First it was 77, then 79. First it started from the 40, 42, and then it's kept on going up. And now we are recording in 70s, and these are daily deaths. So the death count is rising, but so is the number of cases. That is the third wave you see that Delhi is witnessing right now. On November 9th, we registered 7,745 cases. Now, why is this happening? What is the relationship between pollution and these cases? All this we are trying to explain to you through our story. Have a look.
No respite from air pollution. As a thick haze continued to cover parts of Delhi, on the 5th consecutive day that Delhi recorded severe air quality with an AQI of 465. Delhi has been registering over 6,000 COVID cases a day for the last 5 days, and the Indian Medical Association has now said that 13% of the increase in Delhi's coronavirus cases is due to air pollution. The IMA has also said it is advisable that people do not go out early in the morning when pollution levels are the highest. The elderly and children are more likely to develop infections and allergies due to smog. Poor air quality may result in the aggravation of asthma, COPD, high BP and even cardiovascular diseases.
मैं साइकिल चलाती हूँ, उस टाइम पे क्या होता है, मैं मास्क सोचती हूँ कि लगाना ही पड़ेगा, जरूरी पड़ जाता है, लेकिन ये है कि हम साइकिलिंग कभी मास्क लगा के नहीं कर सकते. मास्क रिमूव कर ही नहीं पा रही हूँ क्योंकि पोल्यूशन इतना है कि अगर मैंने करा तो वो मेरे लिए हार्मफुल है.
Pollution increases the susceptibility of the respiratory system to infection. Every year we find an increase of 15% of the cases in admission, in OPD, due to pollution. This year it has led to an increase in the case positivity rate of the COVID from 5% to 13%.
While the people of Delhi continue to suffer, the central government's newly formed Air Quality Commission is yet to hold even its first meeting.
Last week, a study by 6 researchers of different European institutes had concluded that 17% of India's over 1 lakh COVID-19 deaths are linked to air pollution. In New Delhi, this is Sukirti Dwivedi for NDTV.
And to talk about this situation, we have Dr. Anjan Trikha joining us. He is the chairman of a clinical managerial group COVID Center of All India Institute of Medical Sciences. Thank you very much, Doctor, for joining in. And also joining us is Dr. Sanjay Mehta. He is the member of Citizens for Clean Air. Thank you very much, Dr. Mehta, as well. And also joining me right now is Dr. V.K. Monga. He is chairman, Hospital Board of IMA. Thank you all for joining in this conversation. I'm going to begin with you, Dr. Trikha. This is quite scary, you know, the numbers that we are seeing in Delhi. And there were projections that it could go up to 15,000 per day. Now, we do hope that does not happen. But the way the pollution is increasing, how big a challenge do you think pollution is for COVID-19?
Thank you, Anjali. Yes, it's scary and it's a big challenge. I think the next few weeks are going to be very tough for all of us. The numbers are increasing and the pollution is just adding to the whole issue. And I hope some sense will prevail and bursting of firecrackers would be banned, at least in North India, around NCR, and not to be allowed for a couple of hours here and there, because we have seen once they are allowed for a couple of hours, they go on and on like it used to happen about 10 years ago. I think all of us, we should take active steps to decrease pollution and see to it that the virus doesn't spread. The markets are full. They have to be full because the economy has to be opened up. But we should try to limit our going out to the minimum. Let's stop having Diwali parties this year and try not to get ourselves infected or spread the infection.
Right. Dr. Mehta, the order that we've seen from NGT, this is a little encouraging as far as firecrackers are concerned, but right now the pollution levels that we are seeing it has nothing to do with the firecrackers. So I mean, the ban on the firecrackers will probably ensure that it does not increase, but we are in a severe category already. How important is this order by NGT and what more needs to be done right now?
I think most important is, our control of the stubble burning and the local factors, which are definitely in the hands of the government, in the domain of the government. Unfortunately, we just go into a sleep mode, every year, and when the pollution, becomes visible, then we start acting, and then we take only those small steps, just to, those cosmetic, which has impact. But definitely in the impact of Diwali cracker ban is very, very important. And I think yesterday Mr. Wangchuk, had tweeted a video where he has requested all the Indians that, that we should be, taking this as an opportunity to thank our COVID warriors, that, we do not increase further this pollution to add to their, the grievances of the COVID warriors. They become more vulnerable if the pollution rises further. And during Diwali, we should be actually extravaganza of the money we spend in the firecrackers would actually benefit the Chinese companies who are, selling things over here. And our soldiers are sitting at the borders and trying to safeguard us from the Chinese aggression. So we have to be, pay them the due respect. We should not be purchasing those that kind of stuff. And finally, that the immigrant workers who actually are actually suffering, and their suffering is probably not even getting known to us. We are only seeing in the big cities, in the big hospitals, the cases which are becoming severe, and they are suffering, and we see how they are getting, they are recovering out of the problems because of the good supportive care here. But for the poor people who are there in their remote villages, they will not have such an access to healthcare, and their problems will probably never get even reported. So I think in this time we should be having austerity all across the country, and the leadership should promote this type of austerity by,
right,
sort of leading some examples.
Right. So Dr. Mehta is appealing for complete, not just ban, but from people also boycott of these crackers. But Dr. Monga, if we focus on the fact that the pollution is there, despite the fact that right now there are no crackers that are going that are bursting or increasing the pollution right now. What is the link between pollution and the number of cases in Delhi? Is there any way to say yes, there is a link? Of course, it's difficult to quantify, but what is the link?
No, surely, I mean, Anjali, you are right. I mean, there is definite link, but we can't really quantify whether it is 13% or 30%. But Indian Medical Association has already raised a voice against it. And, the cool weather of Delhi and North India, pollution, festivals, and on top of it, inappropriate behavior. I mean, these are the things which are going to be detrimental to the health of Delhiites. And all these things make a good cocktail of, mixture where the morbidity and mortality of COVID patients will definitely increase, number one. The cases will increase. And on top of it, I think for senior citizens, people...
Right. It seems we've lost his connection. We'll try and get that back again. But Dr. Trikha, are you there with me? Yes. Dr. Trikha, right now the hospitals, especially the private hospitals, are facing immense burden. There are hardly any ICU beds left. Now, do we foresee a situation in Delhi as the numbers keep increasing where people might have trouble getting hospital beds, not just private, but in the government hospitals as well?
Well, Anjali, you just said that the private hospitals are facing a crisis. I can assure you, even we in the public sector or government hospitals are also facing crisis. Our numbers are increasing, and at the same time, we are catering to non-COVID patients also. We could have a shortage of ICU beds. I'm not saying it will not happen, but then we have to be smart enough and judicious enough to discharge patients at a slightly earlier time so they can go home and isolate themselves as to give way to patients who are a bit more serious. We at AIIMS have already started doing that. We are discharging patients who are stable, who have a place to isolate themselves in their own houses. So that they can go home and give place to the more sick patients. Our problem is that more and more patients with comorbidities are coming with us, and they are very difficult to be brought out of the basic disease and the COVID disease per se. So they stay with us for a longer time. So it's now all going to be kind of a triage, whom you put where, whom you send to a COVID center which has a slightly shared lower facility so that they can be monitored, and once they become serious, they can be picked up.
Right. Dr. Mehta, I have about a minute, but before I go, can you tell us how Delhi, even though, it may have a ban of firecrackers and everything, unless and until the adjoining areas contribute, Delhi suffers because of everyone else also?
Yeah, I'd like to address the previous question that you had said that
sure, please.
Can we quantify if you notice that during the lockdown, our air quality had become absolutely normal,
yes.
right? And then as we opened the little bit of vehicular movement, we found that the air quality index had moved up to around 100 to 150, right? And then during the second lockdown, unlockdown phase, we found that more and more industrial activities were allowed, and we reached up to almost 200 to 250, right? And then finally, now when the winter season has started, the Leh Ladakh, they started getting their snowfall over there. The cold winds have started bringing down this cold air, has started flowing down the north to the south, and has brought this stubble burning impact now. Now 400 to 500 is because of this, right? And subsequent, if we do not follow the cracker ban, then we are going to reach up to 1,000 the way it happened last year also.
Okay.
Right.
That's a scary number. That's a scary number, 1,000 of AQI.
So
probably a meter breaking number.
Crisis now.
Yes.
This is the crisis that, what the doctors are telling you is that with the increasing number, the patients who are going to become very sick are going to be, proportion will be more. So far, we've been doing pretty well, only 8 to 9% have been falling.
Right. Doctor, I'm sorry to interrupt you. I do have very less time. But thank you very much for bringing that into focus, that there is definitely a relationship between people who have severe disease and the pollution levels. Thank you very much, both of you. Dr. Trikha, do stay with us. We're going to be asking you the questions that people have sent to us, and we'll be giving those answers. Thank you very much. Do stay with us. We're taking a quick break. Welcome back, and now it's time to answer your questions. And Dr. Anjan Trikha is with us. He's the chairman of Clinical Managerial Group COVID Center in All India Institute of Medical Sciences. Dr. Trikha, the first question has been sent by Anna. Let's listen to it.
I'm Anna, और मेरा क्वेश्चन ये है कि पेट से कोरोना वायरस घर में आ सकते हैं क्या? डॉग्स वगैरह को हम लोग बाहर लेके जाते हैं तो उससे कोई रिस्क तो नहीं है?
Right. Dr. Trikha, what do you say?
पेट से अभी तक ये ऐसा नहीं है कि आपके कुत्तों को भी कोविड हो जाता है, बट आपको ध्यान रखना है कि जब आप अपने डॉग को वॉक के लिए ले जाते हैं, प्रोवाइडेड आप अपने फ्रेंड्स के साथ जाते हैं या अकेले जाते हैं, और अगर आपने मास्क लगाया हुआ है तो ठीक से लगाया हुआ है कि नहीं लगाया हुआ, वो ज़्यादा इम्पोर्टेंट हो जाता है। हमें मालूम है कि कुत्तों को वॉक के लिए ले जाना एक बड़ी साधारण सी चीज़ है, बट आपको अपना जो कोविड बिहेवियर है, जो हमने एक टर्म बनाई है कोविड बिहेवियर, वैसे ही रहना पड़ेगा जब आप कुत्ते को सुबह वॉक के लिए, शाम को वॉक के लिए ले जाएं।
Right. Very important to take care of how you are behaving when you go out. Okay, let's listen to what the second question is, Dr. Trikha.
नमस्ते, मेरा नाम अमिता है। मेरे हस्बैंड की उम्र 40 साल है और वो एक डायबिटिक पेशेंट है। घर की सब्जियां, ग्रोसरीज लेने के लिए वो अक्सर बाहर जाते ही रहते हैं। मेरा सवाल ये है कि आजकल जो ये एसिम्प्टोमेटिक कोविड फैला हुआ है, ये पता नहीं चलता कि क्या सिम्टम्स हैं उसके, तो हम क्या क्या प्रिकॉशंस ले सकते हैं और क्या ये हवा के थ्रू भी फैलता है?
Dr. Trikha, I would just request if you could generalize what are the precautions that should be taken by 40-year-old diabetics, because...
Okay, I think, should I answer in Hindi or English? Because the lady
English,
was
please,
talking.
English.
Okay, that's perfectly fine. Amita, that was a very pertinent question which you asked, because a lot of us have to go out to buy our groceries. We can't help it, and many of us would be diabetics. And if your husband is a 40-year-old diabetic, he has to go out and buy vegetables. What he has got to do are the same three things. Wear your mask properly, and mind you, wear it not below the nose but above the nose, above the mouth, and it should be tight fitting so that you are breathing through it. I repeat it, not below the nose but above the nose and covering your lower part of your face. The second thing is that you go out to buy vegetables, try to not to go into a crowded area, try to maintain some distance from other people, because if you tell some other people to wear masks, they may start shouting at you. So at least you take your precautions. Don't go at crowded times and crowded areas. And then most important is when you go out and when you come back, you have to have hand washing. You have to take care that your hands are washed repeatedly. When you come back after buying your groceries or vegetables, come back, leave the bag just near the door, remove your slippers, go in, wash your hands thoroughly with soap and water, maybe wash your face also with soap and water, and then clean it, and then only interact with other people of the house.
Absolutely.
This is very important.
Thank you so much, doctor, for telling us how to behave when the pandemic is on. Thank you very much. Well, that's all we have for you in this show. We're going to take a quick break. News updates follow on the other side.